my new sleeping bag has arrived. I'm very excited. I've looked long and hard for a new sleeping bag. This is my old one. It's just a Andy's kind of 3-season, very cheap. It's done me well, but not very warm. But it is a square-footed sleeping bag, which I prefer. I don't like the mummy style. They're very constrictive and don't give you much room, especially if you're a bit bigger. But I know they are space and weight and size efficient, and they're good for that. But I wanted something with a bit more room that's still light and big enough. And I did have to send off to America for it. It's a mate called Enlightened equipment, and it's a down sleeping bag, and it's come in this. As you can see, this is about 2.5 kilogram, something like that, maybe 2. Very heavy for what it is, very bulky. That's it compressed. That's as small as it'll go, pretty much. And this is just in its stuff sack. This is not compressed. This will go in a compression sack, really small, really small. And I believe it's about, I don't know, I can't remember. I should have. It's about 700 to 800 grams, which they have nicely written it here. It's 23.45 ounces or pounds. Ounces, 23.45 ounces. In fact, this is a good spec sheet, because it is pretty much custom made. You've got, if you go to the website, you've got so many options to fill out to select what you want, and this is glorious. I love it. That's the foot end. It's basically, it's not a sleeping bag actually. Sorry, it's a sleeping quilt, and that gives you a lot more options as far as use. So it hasn't got a zip all the way up. You basically just drape it over you and go to sleep. Now, it has got clips, so you can kind of seal yourself up. Pretty nice. But if you know anything about down, you know that it doesn't give you any insulation or warmth once you lie on it, because you compress it, and it doesn't offer you a great deal of insulation, and its thermal properties are decreased massively. So the theory behind a quilt is you lie on the open part, you just drape it over you like you would at home on your bed, and you lie straight onto your mat. Now there is a zipped area. This is the revelation. Now it is open, you can open it out as a full quilt, but I kind of like that you can nicely seal up the foot end, the foot box. It has got its own little foot box, so that's sealed. And now that's got a clip and a zip, another clip, and then a zip portion for your foot box. But the zip portion only really goes up to your shins, and then the rest of it you can use the clips or just drape it over you. You do get with it some straps, some where are they? Some kind of elastic straps. There's 2. I've clipped them together, and they double up as kind of positioners, so you can undo that and then clip that onto and basically use the strap around your mat. to keep it in place. And you get two of them, one there, one there, if you want to use them. I'm not sure whether I will. I'll have to test it. But it comes complete with a nice storage sack, so you don't, because as you know, down, you don't want to be storing it compressed. So it's got a nice sack, and this one which you take out with it. But I'm considering getting an actual compression sack to get it really down. But at 800 grams, it's under 800 grams, it's 7 something or other. It weighs nothing. And I've got it at my sizes, my colours, I love the colours. And I've got the 6'6" length, and not the widest, just the wide. I think there's regular, wide and extra wide. I've got the wide, the middle kind of width, and that seems plenty for me. And it needs to be tested. I'm going to go out very soon and test this, but I couldn't resist. I did sleep on my bed last night, and it was nice and soft. It was just I was too warm actually, but as you'd expect, because this is I'll give you the full spec because it is written. They give you the washing instructions very clearly on the bag, but also the spec. And the model I had made is the Revelation. At the insulation is 950 down tech. It's 10 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around about -12 Celsius. We don't really get that cold in the UK, but we do have chilly nights, and I'm used to being cold. When we did the last camp out, I was in the middle of the night, I was pretty cold, even clothed. It wasn't really offering me enough warmth. So I'd rather be overly warm and be able to pull it away than be too cold, and you know how it goes. Obviously I've got the long, which is about 6'6". You can choose your lengths, and obviously all this affects the weight and the bulk. So if you don't need the 6'6", or you just get the regular, obviously it'll be a lot lighter, and the wide. And then you select your colours, and on the Revelation you can choose. I've got the 10D. I can't remember what the material is, but it's the thickness is 10D. You can get it 10 or 20D inside, and I've gone for the 10D again for the weight. And it's so thin you can even see the down inside the bag. And then in the main body of the external part, obviously that's like green inside as well. I've gone for, I think it's charcoal, the main body, and that's also 10D. But you've got the option to have what they call weather protection ends. So from here to here, and in the foot box, there to there, it's a slightly different colour. I think it's steel colour. But this is 20D, and it's to protect against moisture more, because obviously it hangs over. It can hang over your foot box, your pad, and in the mornings it can get damp there and at the top. So it just offers that little bit of extra protection from dampness on your tent and just sweat and general use. It's a good option to go for, I think. But I'm excited to use this out in the field. I'm going to go for another overnighter, hopefully as soon as I can, and we'll test this out. There's a rabbit running across my yard. See you next time.